What's up? It's Tom. Welcome to Tuesday's Twins System Recap. Let's start off with some promotions. Great news. Simeon Woods Richardson got called up to Minnesota. That didn't go so well. Travis Adams back down with the Saints without appearing for the Twins. Unfortunately for him, he started today. St. Paul also had Noah Cardenas and Trent Baker come up from Wichita. Trent Baker, a guy they got in the minor league portion of the Rule 5 draft. And Noah Cardenas, I'll have a highlight of him in just a moment here. Nate Baez, who's been really tearing it up for Cedar Rapids, got promoted up to Wichita. And Luke Napleton was promoted from Fort Myers to Cedar Rapids. All this catcher movement happening because Patrick Winkle was placed on the injured list for the Saints. So some catchers got to move up. And then for Fort Myers, Brian Acuna. Ronald Acuna's little brother, one of Ronald Acuna's little brothers, moves up from the FCL Twins to the Mighty Muscles. So Noah Cardenas making his AAA debut. Notice the game situation here. Bottom of the ninth inning, tie ball game. Speedy runner at first base, and he nails him with a beautiful throw. That's a way to make a first impression there. Gorgeous. Making it easy for Edouard Julien there to catch and tag. So Noah Cardenas, very nicely done. Saints lost that game. That was complete chaos. I don't even want to get into the details of what went down in that one. Windsurge win big. We'll have some highlights from that one. Colonels, it's 6-6 in progress as I'm recording this right now. I had to call it. You never know how chaotic stuff can get. That Saints game was an example, but the Muscles won 5-4. There was over an hour-long rain delay in that one. We'll take a look at Walker Jenkins highlights in a sec. Pitching on the starting pitching lines for this evening, Travis Adams and Pearson Ole both pitched well, but both of those guys have been pitching a decent amount out of the bullpens of late. So that's why they didn't go deeper into those games, but both those guys pitched well. Cole Peschel and Eli Jones both go 5. Decent outings for them, so good to see. Michael Tonkin had a very clean rehab outing for the Saints, so maybe he's in that mix to potentially join the Twins bullpen before long. On the hitting side, again, Noah Cardenas made that gorgeous throw. He also had a hit and a walk in that one. Andrew Cassetti had a 2-homer night. We'll take a look at a highlight of him in just a moment here. Again, I want to stress that Colonel's game was still in progress, but Caden Kendall had a hit, or home run and another hit. Jefferson Valladares hit a home run for the Mighty Muscles. 2-hit night for Edouard Julien. Aaron Sabato homered. We'll take a look at that. Rubel Cespedes homered for Wichita. Ben Ross had 3 hits. Brandon Winokur hit a homer for Cedar Rapids, so lots of power. And then Kyle DeBarge walked 3 times and stole 3 bases. He has 33 stolen bases here on June 10th. That is wild for Kyle DeBarge. All right, so some Walker Jenkins highlights. As you see here, he is still rehabbing with the Mighty Muscles. But did some good things in this one. Draws a walk here in his first at-bat. Steals second base as well. So, that's a great sign for a guy coming back from a lower body injury. Still on rehab assignment. I'm kind of surprised they're even giving him the green light to run at all. Also stole third in that inning. So steals second and third. Also gets a hit. Nice hit up the middle here. Played center field. Made some routine plays. No problem. Was credited with an error, kind of booted a ground ball up his way. We'll take a look at that in just a second here. Runners on first runner at second. Boots at. I think he was trying to set up for a good throw in and just kind of was his own worst enemy there. Charged with the error, trying to rush. That game was delayed. Jenkins came out during the delay, so I'm not sure if it was a part of the game plan for him to come out. He has not been playing complete games. That's pretty common with a rehab assignment. So not sure if tonight was the night they were going to have him go 9 and that happened. But Andrew Cassetti mentioned that he had 2 home runs, his 6th and 7th homers of the year. We'll take a look at one here. His OPS on the season is up to 873. And this is a guy who really jumped on the radar in 2023, 2 seasons ago, when he had a 426 on-base percentage as a catcher, Andrew Cassetti. And Aaron Sabato continues to go off. Just gets this one out, but it's another home run, his 9th of the year in 38 games with Wichita. His now OPS is an even 1,000 for Aaron Sabato. So I have to imagine he's put himself in the conversation. Speaking of promotions, he's got to be pounding on the door to get up to St. Paul at this point. He's been tearing it up, and why not at this point? Aaron Sabato, what a fun comeback story for him. Thanks for checking this one out. We'll talk again soon.